Hey, so if you're watching this video, you've clicked on it because you're having pain into the elbow, specifically tennis elbow or lateral epicondylitis right here. Just like all of our videos, we're going to follow the method of mobilize, stabilize, stretch. Just make sure, again, we're going to go through the rules. Rule number 1, no pain. Rule number 2, you got to be regular with it. And then kind of a modification to that is if there is any pain. So if you're going through that like external rotation or a stretch, go to the edge of discomfort and you can modify, so extend the elbow or bring it in and then do little pulses up against the edge of discomfort, but never go to pain. So that's usually what I'll say is do what's called short arcing, where if it hurts, so say you're holding on to something or you've got the tubing and you're extending back and it hurts right there, back off and just do little pulses up against the edge of discomfort, but don't go to pain. If you do experience pain, do that short arcing or just throw the exercise out. If you're over a 3 out of 10 on the pain scale, you're irritating it, you're going to flare it up. You can do ice after these exercises, especially if you're doing them at the end of the day. If you're using these as like a warm-up going into tennis, then focus on heat. So life's a sport. You treat yourself like an athlete. You warm up if you've got to be going into the day. If you're at the end of the day, then go ahead and use some ice, drop the inflammation down. But get done with these and be regular with them. Let us know if you have any questions or comments, and we'll get back to you. Okay, get going. All right, so here we go. Again, I'm actually in this video, I'm going to be kind of watching the video as we go. I'm going to be using the same exercises, the same video that we did for medial epicondylitis, but we're going to throw in some variations. You'll see the shirt changes. So obviously I'm saying in this video I'm using tubing, resistance bands. You can use really any resistance. I've even said something heavy like this gun, that would even work here. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to mobilize. We always follow mobilize, stabilize, stretch. With this one, you're just gripping the wrist and you're swinging the arm back and forth. Try and go to that end range of motion. You really want to have as full range of motion as you can. This one could be used for the wrist as well, but where we're using it for the elbow, you really want to target that movement into the elbow. Make sure you're hitting that end range of motion and going through with as much pain-free range of motion as you can. We're going to do 10 swings back and forth. If you want, you can do 10, 15, 20. What's nice with mobilizations is if it feels good, then you can just keep going. Mobilization is really, really good. Okay, now we're going to go with flossing. Now again, in this one, we're moving the arm as we go up. So you're moving the elbow and then moving the wrist. It's good to actually hit all the muscles on the way up. In this video, again, this was made originally for medial epicondylitis for the inside elbow, but all you have to do is change where you're putting the pressure. So if you're having any pain, put the pressure there and then still go through the same ranges of motion. We're going to go through 10 movements up the arm as we start even below, like up into the upper arm here. So you can start there and just go through your mobilizations while you're putting pressure wherever you're feeling pain, and then go through elbow movement and then elbow and wrist, and you're just trying to floss as you're putting pressure on the muscles, on the tendons. Okay, so we went through a few rounds here. Now we're going to go into our stabilize, our exercises. And what we're going to do here, you've got a little bit of resistance. We're going to go, well, for this, the way I'm facing, we're going to go counterclockwise 10 rounds, and then we're going to go 10 rounds clockwise using some resistance. Again, if you don't have tubing, you can hang on to like a half a gallon of milk or something heavier like a massage gun, or even find anything you can grip. Now, this is where it varies. You'll see it flash. I'm going to be wearing a different shirt, so we're going to be pulling out and going through our ranges of motion to strengthen the outer part of the elbow. So we're going to go through 10 movements as we go all the way out, 10 movements, and extend back. You want to make sure, again, you're getting full range of motion. You may even want to grip the elbow, because this is hard because it's, you're going to hit the shoulder. Even when I was doing these exercises, the shoulder was sore. Anyway, we're going to go through the full range of motion there with little pulses. So go through 10 full range of motion and then 10 to 15 little pulses. Then we're going to go back into our rotation. So we're going to go 10 counterclockwise rotations and then 10 clockwise rotations. And then we're going to go back into rotating through all these exercises. We're going to go back into the abduction or outer rotation. We're going to rotate out, again, focusing on the elbow. Do 10 full range of motion, extend the wrist, Remember that it's not just the elbow, it's elbow and wrist, because those tendons and muscles, they really control the whole lower arm. So do 10, and then at the end of 10, we're going to do 10 little pulses, okay? And then after we've done that, we're going to go back into one more round of our rotation. So we're going to go clockwise, or sorry, counterclockwise. It really doesn't matter. You can go clockwise first or counterclockwise, but we're going to go 10 rotations, making sure there's no pain. And now we're going to go into our last external rotation. So here we go with 10, full range of motion, external rotation with a pump at the end. Again, trying to target the elbow. So as you're moving it out, try and really target from the elbow. You're going to work the wrist, you're going to work the shoulder. Again, when I was doing this, I noticed, I'm like, man, that's actually a really good shoulder exercise as well. I was feeling the burn, but you really want to focus down into the elbow with our pulses. Now, the last thing we're going to do, we're going to go into our prayer stretch and reverse prayer. Now this, we're doing stretches. I would almost consider this more, so we're going to go through 10 prayer, reverse prayer as we go through the movement. This is actually, I would consider, obviously more mobilization rather than stretch. On these, we're going to go through our 10 mobilizations here in both directions. Now here's what's interesting as we go through those mobilizations with the prayer and the reverse prayer, is that this is huge into the wrists again, but we're trying to target the elbows. So really push down. So here we go. The last one we're going to hold. So we go through 10, 20, you can even do 50 of those and then do a hold. But we're focusing on the elbow. Again, we're trying to really focus into the elbow. So as we're doing that, you're going to drive the elbows forward, drive them back. You've really got to find that point where you feel the stretch, especially if you're having problems. As you're going into the prayer stretch and reverse prayer, you can go through, again, on this one, I went through full range of motion where we're doing 10 mobilizations, okay? And then we're going to hold those at the end. In the video, we just held for a few seconds, maybe about 15 seconds, but you could hold that stretch for, 30 seconds or even longer. Just make sure, again, that you're not breaking rule number 1, which is no pain. So those are the exercises that we went through for lateral epicondylitis. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns. We just want you to make sure that you're doing these regularly. I would personally do these. If you're having pain, I would do these at least once a day. You can do it 2 to 3 times a day. As long as, again, you don't break rule number 1, which is no pain. You're going to turn your pain into power, your weaknesses into strengths. You just got to be regular with it and slowly increase that pain-free range of motion. The other thing you can do is, if like on the exercises or any of these, if it's painful, you're going to go up against the edge of discomfort and then do little pulses, okay? That's called short arcing. Those are some really good options that you can do as well. So just make sure that you are not going into pain, that you're going through as much range of motion. Don't ever be afraid to throw an exercise out or modify for you. Like I say, going up against the edge of discomfort or change the position just a little bit. But you can do it. Just go out and be regular with it. So see you guys.